concussion is a traumatic brain injury. Usually this happens as a result of a collision or a fall. Most times this will lead to severe symptoms such as headache, trouble sleeping, dizziness, or nausea. So concussions are difficult to diagnose. One of the methods that we attempt to do this is we give them a SCAT-2, which is a paper test that combines their symptom score with a little bit of memory, recall, as well as balance. And so those are kind of the three main things that are going to be affected when a player gets a concussion. So if we see something abnormal in any of those tests, then we start to look a little bit longer into what actually happened, and we take precautions as far as returning them to play.
Oh man, well, I didn't know what to look for, so I've probably had a lot along the way, but the one that was the worst was my sophomore year, and it was from playing with a deflated helmet. So there was no air pumped in it, and I went through 2 days and played the first game with it like deflated. I wasn't supposed to watch TV, but I still watch TV because, what else am I gonna do? Obviously I couldn't play football, or I couldn't run or do any active stuff. Had to get a lot of sleep, didn't do any schoolwork.
Did you go to school?
Sometimes. I played it by ear, but I was gone for like 2 weeks. I'd get like super bad headaches, and like when I noticed it starting, like when I first even noticed I had one was, like the benches in the lunchroom. Like I'd sit down, and after sitting down long enough, I'd feel like I was starting to tilt back, and then I'd look and I'd like be close to like falling off backwards, and so some weird thing there.
And how long did these side effects last?
Up until like the beginning of junior year, but I still I'll still get headaches to this day.
I think with the awareness of it, I think they've increased a great deal. I think they've always been there. In my day, we called it getting your bell rung. We still played through that. The only way you'd get taken out of a game if you actually lost consciousness and stayed unconscious. As a player, I've had my bell rung and used smelling salts. In the modern era, you get dizzy, lightheaded, anything like that, that's a concussion, and we pull you out. So you now just do 2 at a time. With the improved equipment, then you see people playing at a higher velocity. And to some degree, I think the helmets have become weapons, because the helmets have become so well insulated or so protective. Kids don't realize that they're hitting that hard. I don't think in my day you could hit as hard as you do today without knocking yourself loopy. Well, we tried the Guardian caps last year, which I thought were great, but then now they changed the rules to, if you use things like that, and Guardian cap is a helmet cover that goes over the top, they show a decrease in concussions, and we, without a doubt, had a great decrease in concussions in practice. Our number of game concussions was relatively consistent, using them versus not using them, but the Guardian caps void the warranty of the helmet, so you have a $10,000 warranty with those helmets, so it makes it so you as a coach you take the liability yourself as a program, and one head injury caused with a Guardian cap on voids the warranty. That's a pretty big lawsuit. So unfortunately we don't use those anymore.